Alright, man, welcome back to another reaction. Today we got a pretty interesting one today, man. Today we got exposing a $500 million scam. Now this is Coffeezilla's newest video, the first of a three-part series. Yeah, so you can expect two more videos to drop after this one, man. And let's not waste any more time though and just get right into it. This looks absolutely fucking interesting, man. I always love Coffeezilla's videos.
I uncovered a $500 million Ponzi scheme.
Yes!
And by the end of this three-part series, we will expose offshore money laundering, fraud, and confront the man behind it all.
Yeah, I get arrested. And then what? I win because they're dead.
But before we do that,
okay,
let's start at
Jesus
the
Christ.
beginning. After my Logan Paul investigation, I was bored. And
I was bored. Couldn't do anything.
I'd been drinking a little too much.
That's it, Coffee. I'm cutting you off. You've had way too much. Why?
However, the truth was, I just needed a new case.
Exactly.
I woke up
I already love the video. I already love it.
hungover with a text about something called Trader's Domain. I hadn't heard of it. This person told me that a lot of people and celebrities had their money locked up in it, and they were hoping it wasn't all gone. I decided it was the perfect case to get back in the game.
Nice.
It's time to investigate Trader's Domain. All right, back.
God, Coffeezilla's. I just gotta pause real quick because his quality of videos, ever since the Logan Paul scams and all that, dude, the quality of his videos have fucking increased tenfold, man. Oh my God. All right.
The $10 million studio. I've got their website pulled up here, and it says they're going to maximize your financial potential and claim that in 3 years they made returns of 473,000%. According to their website, they do this by being a Forex broker, which is fine. But what's strange is that they're an offshore company, which means technically they can't serve U.S. investors if they wanted to because they're located in St. Vincent, which is unregulated.
Where the fuck is St.
But
Vincent?
if that's the case, how did my friend here even get involved? And what he told me was this, quote, Brandon is who brought me into the fund. These are the sponsors. But of course, that begs the question, who is Brandon Sims and what is a sponsor? Well, we're going to go to the conspiracy board because I can tell it's going to get complicated to see what we're working with.
Okay.
So far, we have an investor going into Trader's Domain through Brandon Sims, but where does the money go? Well, I asked, and what he told me was this. It didn't go offshore at all to Trader's Domain. It went to a company called CCAP Holdings LLC in the United States. We'll add that as well. Now, if that wasn't weird enough, in addition, Brandon wanted to hide what the money was even for that was invested. He's told our investor this, don't put investment in memo, just put services for you. Now,
What does
this
that
is where
mean?
things get weird because it turns out CCAP Holdings isn't owned by Brandon Sims at all. It's also not owned by Trader's Domain. It's owned by a man named Tin Tran. Now, when you look up who Tin Tran is, he's basically a ghost. There's essentially only one article about him.
What the fuck?
About him running a weed growing operation, which he was arrested for. So, what exactly is going on here? Well, to find out, I got a couple calls with two
This is already mad interesting, bro. I'm in.
TV celebrities who said they put money in Trader's Domain and lost it as well, and hopefully they can help us figure this out.
My name is Chase Morby, and I lost $950,000 in Trader's Domain.
Jesus
Hi, my name
Christ.
is Janelle Damji. I invested $1 million into Trader's Domain. I have never taken a withdrawal out, and I've lost all $1 million.
Jesus
And I wanted
Christ,
to ask
bro.
how these two got involved with Trader's Domain.
So I
Is it
come to
with
learn
John?
of this opportunity, this investment opportunity, at a mastermind in Miami, Florida. I was invited there by Pete Vargas, who is on Grant Cardone's team. Pete Vargas came to me and said, hey, I've got this thing
It's fucking
that I'm
Pete.
making really good money on, and you and Jamil should get involved. And this is where we meet the individual by the name of Holton Buggs. They showed me their accounts, and they're like, look at this. We're pulling money in every single month. Look at this, look at this, look at this. he gets into this incredible story of millions of dollars of profits that he's been able to make in the world of day trading, and shows us some accounts. Some of these accounts had phenomenal, like just mind-bending balances in it. One of them was over $80 million. There was another account that he showed us that had over $650 million.
Jesus fucking Christ. How?
Said that someone had offered him $650 million to buy his trading bot. Apparently this bot was the, incredible technology that was making these fantastic returns, and the bot never had a losing day.
But he's showing us the software. It's
Oh
not just
my God, this
screenshots,
is
it's
so
like actual
scams.
software that I've never seen before, and it's called Trader's Domain.
I make a decision that I would invest initially $500,000. I talk to Holton and his team, and they send me wire instructions, and on those wire instructions I am implicitly and very specifically told how to send the wire, who to send the wire to, what to write in the memo.
Now, what I found interesting about this is, despite this being a new sponsor, look at who they're sending money to. Once again, CCAP Holdings through Holton Bugs this time. We'll put him on the board as well.
The
From what I
board's
can tell
filling.
online,
The board's filling up pretty fast,
He's
man.
a small-time MLM promoter.
My goal was to share with them how to properly use the Lamborghini.
Look at the purpose of the
What does that even mean? How to properly use the... You mean how to fucking drive? What are you talking about here, buddy?
wire that was sent again. Once again, it says services, not investment, which is exactly what Brandon Sims
Put
instructed
investment in
his
memos,
clients
put
to do
services for you.
as well. And this is where I was confused, because the more people I talked to, the more it felt like everyone kind of had the same story. Take another sponsor I found for Trader's Domain, which I found from our first source once again, Mike Sims. Now, he claims Trader's Domain was his hedge fund.
I've invested in was your hedge fund.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
And it's so crazy. I'm just learning what it is.
Yes.
Only because when you started talking about it, I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
But I trusted it only
Correct.
because
He
I trusted
you.
your company, and
Yeah,
I
exactly.
trusted all the other people that invested, all my
Correct.
friends. And it was like a little fear of loss. Like, yo, y'all not gonna get this bro without me.
Yeah, 100%. No, see, that's what's... It's just fucked up, man, is when you don't know about the space, you just initially trust, people that you think know about the space, and those motherfuckers obviously we're about to learn, but those motherfuckers can completely use you, bro.
Right.
So hedge fund,
Like they did with all
I'm
these
up
motherfuckers.
60%, which is in, what is it, maybe 2 months? A month and a half?
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
It's nuts. All right.
And then, like I said, that's one of the quote unquote higher risk strategies.
Right. So it is a higher risk?
It is.
But y'all haven't lost in that long.
We haven't. There are losing days, but no losing months.
Now, this all sounds great, and according to leaked texts from Mike's assistant, we find out that these investment accounts people are putting in look identical to the ones on Trader's Domain. So it doesn't take a genius to figure out Mike Sims is putting some people's money into Trader's Domain, and it looks like he's claiming it's his hedge fund. But how could that be if Holton Bug says it's his trading bots? And still yet another sponsor for Trader's Domain, called Goldbridge, said they were following a master trader. This is Goldbridge.
We've said that our protocol mirrors the results of a master trader, and to this day, we haven't had a red day. This is real stuff. We're not using new capital, to pay off the old investors. Like there's no Ponzi.
Ah, yes. Nothing says it's not a Ponzi scheme like saying,
It's
hey,
not
guys,
it's not a Ponzi scheme. Exactly. Exactly.
this is not a Ponzi scheme.
Exactly.
Now, of course, I went ahead and put every...
Bro, it's so funny. He's pretty right.
on the board here, but the more people I talk to, just the more confusing it got.
This whole thing is
Who's
confusing.
running this thing? And
Exactly,
what is it?
thank you.
Is Trader's Domain a hedge fund? Is it Forex? Is it a bot? What's going on?
What is it?
Seems like not even the investors knew.
He said like it's a bot that they're using to trade gold.
Minus
Very
23
credible
grand, minus
Wall
10
Street
grand.
trader,
Jesus Christ.
done this for a long time, an experienced trader who had built a large network, made a lot of money for people that I knew and
Dude, all these motherfuckers have completely different answers as to what they were told it is. This case is insane, man. Holy shit, this is wild.
a large network made a lot of money for people that I knew and personally trusted.
It really feels like the more sponsors that I find, the more confusing it's getting.
Yeah.
And the details, even when they seem to line up, always slightly varied. For example, if you put in your money with Alex Santi of Centurion Capital, they said they were going to use an expert advisor trading bot, which might sound similar to Algo Capital, another sponsor, who said they were using a trading bot as well, but with a twist.
I thought, yeah,
With a
basically they
twist?
described it as a bot that was configured with settings. They had it down where they would win like almost all the time. And there was a master trader overseeing the bots.
So this time there's another master trader involved. I mean,
Dude,
trying
this
to
is
find the truth
in-depth.
feels like I'm trying to grab smoke or something. Every time I thought I understood what was going on, I'd hear a new story. I even found one about NFTs. They said they were
What the fuck is this? These are Mandalorian NFTs? These are horrible. Bro, what the fuck is that?
New story. I even found one about NFTs. They said they were investing in NFTs, but really, the money was just getting siphoned off to Trader's Domain. And part of the reason I'm going through all these examples with you is to show you the absolute insanity of this. Everybody's feeding money into the same place, all under different reasons with different stories. But they did have one thing
Wait, so
in
no
common.
Hold up.
You see,
hold up.
every-
How can everyone be so these guys are not talking to each other then, right? Because if they were talking to each other, they'd be like, "Oh, I thought it was a." He'd be like, "Oh yeah, it's a bot." He's like, "Oh no, I thought it was a real person looking over." And they'd all start seeing that their stories don't fucking align. They're like, and they're not fucking clicking together. They're like, "Oh, this is a little awkward. Let's investigate this a little more."
Buddy was making lots of money and getting very rich.
Somebody's getting extremely rich, yes. Now
See,
who?
Everybody was making lots of money and getting
Oh,
very
not
rich
somebody, everybody.
with
Wow.
Trader's Domain, at least at first.
And I meet dozens of people, all of whom have been in this platform for over a year, all of whom are saying that they've pulled out more than their principal.
Those people have unbelievable stories of like, yeah, I've made this much money. I've done this much. I've pulled this out. And not just stories, but like, hey, yeah, here's my bank account. I got a wire 2 months ago.
So my brother started with 10 grand. And with that 10 grand, it took him, bro, he's made way over $100,000. But
Jesus
from all the way
Christ.
from like last October, he's been able to cash out. No problem, and he's quadrupled, made so much out of this, made profit.
And this is the reason people were throwing their money into Trader's Domain.
Because it was real in the beginning. Oh my god. I mean, that makes perfect sense, though. You get people to trust into something because in the very beginning they don't trust into it, right? So you get them to kind of trust into it, blah blah blah, blah, and they're like, "Oh, it's working," and then they start throwing in a bunch more. That's kind of like the wait, what the fuck? That's kind of literally like the classic what is it? I can't even think of the name right now. God fucking damn it, it's pissing me off. Anyways, the fucking game where they're like, "Oh, give me this much money, and then I'll double it." What the fuck? So they give you a little bit, and then they actually double it, and then they're like, "Oh, wow, it's actually worth." And then they're like, "All right, now give me 10 grand, and I'll double the 10 grand." Then they give you the 10 grand, and then they block you and never see you again. That kind of thing.
Saw their friends and family getting paid out legitimately. But, like all good things, that came to an end. Over time, payments started to get delayed, and people started noticing something odd.
The only time he noticed that it started slowing down was in October, where they started telling about the 20 days, but it took them more than 20 days.
And so what ends up happening is one day we're looking at our phones and all of a sudden we're losing. And we're not just losing a little bit, our accounts are on drawdown like 50%. And then Pace calls me, he's like, this is where the rug gets pulled out from underneath us, man. I felt like something was wrong, and I feel like this is where the rug's gonna get pulled out from underneath us. It felt like that day I was feeling sick. I'm like, man, damn it, we got scammed. And then all of a sudden, everything magically got erased. And they said, oh, the servers refreshed. We had to refresh the servers. Like that somehow changed all the trades.
They said, no, it's the aggregator, the way the aggregator communicates from the platform to
Wait,
MetaTrader
what?
5.
Wait, so they
data
deleted
gets
everything?
scrambled. and then it gets screwed up for the whole day, and then by the end of the day, I actually made money.
He just changed the trades. He just changed the exit, dollar amount that he took on that trade.
Now, this was alarming. Trades can't change after the fact. Losses don't just magically become profits. That's impossible. And people were confused. Why were their withdrawals getting delayed if they were still making money? And that's when people started to panic withdrawal.
Oh,
They
no.
wanted their money out. And this is when things went from bad to worse, because payments stopped coming altogether.
L.
And the CFTC
Here it
issued
goes.
a red list for Trader's Domain for, quote, accepting funds from U.S. customers, which, as we said, is illegal. And a few months later, as I'm investigating this, an official investigation is announced as well. Quote, CFTC charges several people and companies in an $145 million Ponzi scheme. And in that report, they name somebody we know, Tin Tran, the owner of
Oh,
Seacrest Holdings.
shit!
According to this document,
Full
Tin Tran,
circle.
quote, operated a fraudulent scheme from approximately April 2020 to the present. He directly accepted at least $144 million from approximately 913 pool participants. Not only that, we also see another familiar face, Mike Sims, or Michael Shannon Sims, who is also mentioned as one of the promoters. So, I guess at this point, you're probably wondering, well, hey, look, I guess they caught him, right? Case closed. And that's what I thought too. But just as I was ready to give this whole case up, I started to hear a different name that changed everything.
Something happened in November or October, and people just stopped getting money back.
Nobody's communicating with us. Nothing's happening. Everybody that's involved
The
keeps
video's
telling
gonna
us that
end
we're
soon.
ungrateful and that we're asking too many questions. And I told Jamil and like,
Ungrateful and asking to homie, it's my fucking money, you dumbass bitch. What do you mean I'm ungrateful and I'm asking? I can ask as many questions as I want. You have my money, you fuck. Like what? They're fucking. You're being ungrateful. Shut the fuck up, you dumbass. You have my money, right? I have given you money. At this point, I can almost tell you what to do, you bitch ass. Like, God, some motherfuckers are. You're being ungrateful. I can't fuck. Oh my God. If I was these guys and I had that much money in there and I was told I was being ungrateful or I'm asking too many questions, I would have fucking flipped. I would have flipped my lid, 100%, 1000%.
first week of January, I said, we got scammed, man. These guys must be running a Ponzi scheme or something's going on.
I started doing my own research about what the company is, who the owner behind it, team behind it, audit team behind it. And that's when I find out there's this one guy named Ted who's making all the trades and he's running this Ponzi scheme.
We now learn of this.
Wait, and he's like on Instagram Live, just vibing? Fucking Ted?
Who's making all the trades and he's running this Ponzi scheme.
Or unless
We
that was
now learn
Facebook
of
Live.
this savant that
I think
is-
that was Facebook Live, because Instagram Live doesn't have multiple colored hearts, right? It's just like,
the
I don't know.
man behind Trader's Domain. And so this is the first time I ever hear the name Ted Safranco.
And I'm like, who the freak is Ted? Who's Ted?
Oh shit! Dude, I cannot wait.
Coffeezilla. I don't think he's ever dealt with.
Oh. Oh my God. I need some. 1 sec, I need something to drink. Holy crap. Dude, I started getting really excited because of the video and then I started coughing. And now I'm literally dying. Holy shit. Dude, that video was fucking great. I'm loving this. I'm in. I'm all the way in. I can't wait for part 2 and part 3. Let's watch this though. Previews for part 2.
Someone my size before, and nobody knows anything about his family because they don't have the resources I have.
Homie, what? Okay, this is getting real. He just threatened Coffee's family. Coffee about to roll in there like who's the motherfucker that lost his dog and went and killed everyone because he lost his dog? Can't remember the name.
Nobody knows anything about his family because they don't have the resources I have.
It took me weeks to go through all the documents, but eventually, a pattern started to emerge.
Oh shit!
Hi everyone, my name is Ted. I've been working for many years now, almost 15 years. I wanted to have a lifestyle change. I wanted to get into something different.
I mean, this is sociopathic behavior, right? This is what a
You want
real
to come after my brokage? You have a death wish. I'm going to put a bounty on your head. Jesus Christ.
sociopath does.
Give me a break. I'd take a flight to the UK right now and just show up and curb stomp their heads. I win because they're dead.
Okay, that guy's a fuck. That guy deserves prison time, right? Like, at face value, right? And like, just listening to that one statement, he deserves prison time, right? Like, if I were to put him in a line with 10 other people, and then have, or 9 other people rather, and then have all of them say one thing, and then he says that, I would guess that he would get prison time before anyone else. You know what I'm saying? This is fire, though. I love the quality on the videos. Holy shit, man. And this guy's fucking with the wrong one. You messing with Coffeezilla, son. You're messing with the wrong one. I don't know what's happening, but this is cool. Wow. Alright, well, yeah, that was a fucking great video. We'll be watching part 2 as soon as it drops. Literally the day it drops, actually. Yeah, that was a great video like always. Holy shit, I'm in. I want to know more. Yo, hey, if you haven't subscribed to Coffeezilla already, make sure to go do that, yeah? God damn, what an absolute fucking banger, man. God damn, man.